Week 10 mustache. Here's your advantage by stashing these players and beating your league mates to the waiver wire. But before I get into it, welcome to the playlist. Thank you for kicking it. I am Jimsy and this is Fantasy on Repeat. The first mustache I'm going to talk about, he is the next man up. We're going to talk about Musgrave, and this is big news in Green Bay. The tight end Tucker Kraft is done for the season. He is out. He tore his ACL, which means Musgrave is the next man up. He's stepping back into the spotlight and his fantasy stocks are rising fast. So let's break it down. Kraft's injury opens up the door. Musgrave becomes a clear starter now. He's athletic, he's explosive, and he's got chemistry with Jordan Love. We've seen this before. Back in his rookie year, Musgrave flashed real upside, 34 catches, 352 yards, 1 touchdown, all this in 11 games. And remember, that season ended early because he had a kidney injury, so the potential, it's still there. In that 2023 season, Musgrave tied a Packers rookie record for the tight ends with 34 receptions. That's elite company. And let's fast forward now to week 9. After Kraft went down, Musgrave stepped right up. 3 catches, 34 yards, including a 21-yard big play. That was his most involvement all season, and that came from Tucker Kraft leaving that game. So why should you stash him though? Because he's 6'6", and he has a real red zone potential, and Jordan Love trusts him. The coaching staff loves his athleticism, and the offense needs more playmakers. With Kraft out, Musgrave, his role is going to expand. The targets are coming. Touchdowns could follow. Musgrave is back in business. He's athletic. He's trusted. And he's stepping into a full-time role. And add him now before the breakout happens. My next stash is quietly leading his team in touchdowns. And this is going to be Theo Johnson, the tight end for the Giants. He has recently carved out a real role, especially in the red zone. And when the Giants get close, they look his way. Since week 4, Theo has multiple red zone targets. Only Malik Neighbors has more end zone looks than him. Is he going to be a touchdown machine? Absolutely. He has 5 touchdowns in 6 weeks. That's elite consistency, especially for a tight end. And why does it matter? Because the Giants are banged up at wide receivers. Smaller guys, less red zone presence. That's Theo. He is 6'6" as well. Big target, big catch radius, and quarterbacks love that near the goal line. And if we're going to talk about the matchup, week 10, they're going up against the Bears. They have struggled against the tight ends, 12th most yards allowed and 5th most fantasy points allowed over the last 5 weeks. And his usage is rock solid. From week 4 to week 9, Theo ranked tight end 13 in fantasy points per game. He is not a fluke. He is a part of this offense. And like I said, he has 5 touchdowns on the season, and that's not luck, that is trust. He leads the team in touchdowns, and the closest receiver is only at 2. He's getting looks, he's converting, he is producing. So if you need a tight end stash, Theo Johnson is your guy for week 10. Now we'll get into some deep league talks. We're going to talk about Olamide and Zaccheaus. In week 9, he led the Bears in targets with 8 total and turned those into 6 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown. That's 17.8 fantasy points. He was the clear wide receiver 1 for Chicago last week. And so why would you consider him? Let's break it down, because yes, it's going to be a temporary opportunity, but with Luther Burden out, Zaccheaus stepped right in. The coaches love him. Caleb Williams loves him. He's filling in that short to intermediate role, and his recent production spike lately, he's been heating up. Week 8, 7 targets, 7 grabs. Week 9, 8 targets, 6 grabs, and a score. He's a reliable slot weapon. He has a veteran presence, and he knows how to get open underneath. And in PPR leagues, that's going to be cash money records. He does have a favorable matchup in week 10. It brings on the Giants, and that secondary, they are beatable. So look, Zaccheaus may be a short-term pickup. If Luther Burden returns, his volume could drop, but right now he's earning trust, he's getting targets, and he's producing. So if you're digging deep into PPR, Zaccheaus is going to be worth the stash. Go ahead and pick him up. And my next mustache was a split decision. We're going to go with Ray Davis, and he is the better stash over Ty Johnson, and why? He is in line for that early down workload if James Cook were to ever miss time. We've already seen what that looks like. Let's go back to week 6 in 2024. Cook was out. Davis took over. He logged in 20 carries, 97 rushing yards, and 3 catches for 55 more. That's 152 total yards, and that's 18.2 fantasy points, and that's a legit RB1 performance. That stat line is the key reason he's a better stash. He proved it. High volume role, high end production, and Ty Johnson, just 4 carries, no reception, barely any fantasy impact. I was kind of shook that they gave him the touchdown, but it is what it is. And so the hierarchy is clear. Davis handles early down work, and Johnson sticks to the passing work. And that week 6 game shows everything we need to know. And if Cook sits, Davis steps right in as a workhorse back, and that's league-winning upside. Even now with Cook expected to play, Davis is a smart bench stash. It's the kind that you want to be ready before everyone else scrambles to him. And since we are talking about mustaches, it's stash season. We're going to talk about Sean Tucker. And the main reason is opportunity. Bucky Irving is still out, foot and shoulder injuries, and that's going to open up the door for Tucker. He is the primary backup to Rachaad White, and if anything were to happen to Rachaad White, Tucker's instantly fantasy relevant. We all know that injuries create opportunities, and no Irving means more work for Tucker, and he's got the burst to make it count. We've seen it before. Let's roll back to week 6 of 2024. Tucker went off 14 carries, 136 yards, and a touchdown, plus 3 catches for 56 yards and another score. That is league winning upside right there. The coaches love this guy. They said it before. They want Tucker more involved, and now they have a reason to do it, and the fit makes sense. Tucker's speed complements Rachaad's White style perfectly. Expect him to handle some real touches in week 10. Sean Tucker's not just a stash. He's one injury away from being a legit fantasy starter. Add him now before everyone else does. And my next mustache player, the opportunity came knocking and he walked right into the door. This is going to be Devaughn Vele. There's a big trade in New Orleans. Rashid Shaheed, he's gone to Seattle, and now enter Devaughn Vele. He's the next man up. He has a clear path ahead. He's a sneaky fantasy stash. Shaheed had a 21% target share, and now the volume's up for grab. Chris Olave, of course, will get his, but Vele slots right into the wide receiver 2 role. More snaps, more routes, more chances, and the Saints believe in him. They traded a 4th round pick to get him. That's real investment. They see him as a long-term piece, red zone upside. Vele's a big target. He is a 6'5 frame and a physical receiver, perfect for contested catches, and Tyler Show has looked his way. They even schemed up plays for him. And he's shown it before. Back in 2024 with Denver, he had 41 catches, 475 yards, 3 touchdowns, and this is as a 7th round rookie. He's flash flex potential, but now he has a bigger role. He could easily beat those numbers. And let's talk about his style, because Shaheed was the burner, speed, deep routes, and splash plays. Vele's the opposite. He is a possession guy, big body, reliable hands, built for red zone work. The Saints swap flash for consistency, so Vele may not have boom weeks every single week, but his role is stable. He's got red zone value, he's got solid deep league stash, and if Tyler Show settles in, Vele could become a primary sneaky PPR asset, and add him before the hype catches up. And now my last mustache, he is the lead running back for the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to talk about Emari Demercado. He's a solid stash for week 10, and if you didn't know, he's the lead back for Arizona. There's no James Conner, no Trey Benson. He's the guy. Week 9 have proved it. It's such a hassle to talk about the lead running back for Arizona Cardinals. You never know who's going to pop, but week 9 has proved it. Demercado led the team with 14 targets, turned those into 79 yards, and averaged 5.6 yards a pop. That's efficient, explosive, and reliable. Meanwhile, Bam Knight ran more routes, but Demercado did more with less. Knight averaged just 3 yards a carry. Demercado nearly doubled that. And the coaches trust him again. Jonathan Gannon gave him key carries in crunch time, and that shows confidence, especially after his early fumble. Let's talk about Trey Benson too, because he's still out, and Arizona hasn't opened up his practice window. He's designated to return this week, and he's not playing in week 10. Coach Gannon did say he's progressing, but after a meniscus surgery, they're going to take it slow. His earliest return may be week 11, maybe later. So right now, it is Demercado's backfield, and he's getting volume, he's efficient, and he's healthy. So if you need a flex or a depth stash, Emari Demercado is a good stash for week 10. Alright y'all, those are my mustache. So if you're in deeper leagues and you need some depth pieces, you gotta look into these guys, and you can beat your homies on the waiver wire by getting these guys right now. And if you like this breakdown, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. If you need some more recommendations, I'm gonna have my sneaky sleepers next. And yeah, and come through, come kick it with the playlist. Just chop it up. Let's do our thing. Until next time, man. Fantasy on repeat. Jimsy is out. Peace.